And welcome to In-Game Chat for Saturday, December 3rd, 2022. Did I get the date right? I'm checking. Yeah, I did. Season 16, episode 41. I'm Scott.
And I'm RJ.
Welcome into the show, everybody. If you'd like to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. And I got the phones busy right now, but now they're not. They're all lines are open. 272-9228. Check out ingamechat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. We have email, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. We're all over the place. We have Discord over here that you can jump into as well. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat, Facebook as well. Email us. Streaming right now on Twitch. You can get in touch with us there. Bama Bryan's in the chat room said hello, and I said hi. Twitch.tv. If you go there, you can find us. Just type in In-Game Chat. Or just go to our website. There's a link right there, and you can find us. Join in the chat room live while we broadcast. There's also a link at our website to join us in Discord, so feel free to do that so we can get you on the air that way as well. Which it might have been, I don't know, we wouldn't have been able to use that. We had a technical issue earlier this week that is now resolved, but wasn't going to let us use phones, and I thought, oh, well, I'll just have to put them on through Discord, and I thought, no, can't do that either, so... But yeah, no, we're all good. And we're waiting for your calls, comments, questions, and whatever else you may have. All you got to do is just reach out. That's it. Discord or call us or Twitter or any of those ways can get you in touch with us. Been away for 2 weeks, so let's find out what we've been doing. I'll hand it over to RJ. What was 2 weeks? What'd you get done?
Warframe.
Just
and
Warframe.
A whole bunch of Warframe. I'm starting to play Warframe like you do Destiny 2 now.
Warframe got crossplay or something. What did Warframe get?
It activated crossplay on the game, but I don't think it did cross progression. But it activated crossplay on there. So yeah, that was the update they put in there along with the new a new frame for everybody to work towards. Lewis Prey, I think, is the name of the newest update. But yeah. But that happened. That happened. Basically, what I'm working on with Warframe is trying to unlock as much areas as I can. There's a whole bunch of stories in the game that I want to get to and play. I also want to get some stuff done in the Nora Knight's Nightwave section. That basically works as the rewards you get, like in Destiny 2, 30 levels of getting stuff here and there, provided that you do these certain tasks. And there are certain tasks in the game that I can't do right now because I haven't unlocked the story element that it's attached to. But there's one that says you have to work the War Within. Okay, let me do the War Within. Can't do it. You have to unlock a relay. Where's the relay? Jupiter. Am I on Jupiter yet? No. You have to go through 2 other planets first before you can do that. Yeah. Well, how am I going to get there? Well, you have to go through the story called Nada. Where's Nada? On this location. Well, how do I open Nada? Well, you know that place on Jupiter you couldn't get to? Yeah. Well, you have to scan something on that planet that you can't get to yet to open that story up. So it's just a bunch of finding out what I can do, when I can do it, and doing everything I can. And just opening it up slowly but surely. So that's what I'm dealing with in that. There were also some other modes that I never knew about. Something called defection. If I'm remembering this right off of memory,
this is a multiplayer PvP mode.
It could be. I mean, depending on if you got a squad with you or not. But mostly I'm playing solo right now. But defection is basically there's a bunch of enemy soldiers holed up in this prison. surrounded by infested Grineer enemies. So you have to go around this map, save the soldiers, escort them to the ship, keeping them alive as long as you can, and getting them there, and then going back, getting some more, lather, rinse, repeat, over and over again. Kind of a long, arduous task that much more probably would be much easier if I had a crew going with me instead of going solo. Despite the fact that I've leveled up my Warframe 5 times over. I'm almost maxed out on my weapons, which I'll probably be polarizing again to try to get to the next level of building up. So I'm gonna see if I can try to do that mission. It was an absolute failure first time I tried it ever, and missed that one. So I'm probably gonna have to go with the group to pull that one off. And keep going with unlocking stuff in the game, so I can actually do some of the things I want to do in the Nora's Nightwave section.
How you doing solo, or do you find people to group up with on some things?
There's a group of folks that I play with. We get in touch every now and then, but I don't think I've ever done the random thing. I mean, besides, there's so many players that have been playing this thing ever since the game came out, 10, 11 years ago, and I'm just so far behind. I've been playing sporadically ever since the game came out, so there's so many things I just don't know. I'm just not aware of playing this thing. And so the group that I'm playing with, we're pretty much all in the same boat. We're just gradually learning, slowly but surely, how to do the things that we want to do in this game and play it right. So outside of that, more Virtua Fighter. Still trying to get more fighting games in my time playing my consoles and whatnot. Get more fighting games in there. I want to get back to Guilty Gear. I want to get back to Street Fighter. I want to get back to all those things. But right now, I wanted to get into Virtua Fighter 5. And I did so for a time, but the internet connection was just between me and the other player. It just wasn't very good. It's like we get a good groove going. We get one match in, and then, of course, the follow-up match, the run back. You start playing that, and then all of a sudden, we get to like 2 rounds in, and all of a sudden, network error occurs. So we try again, network error occurs. Try the 3rd time, same thing, network error occurred. I mean, it was a good little thing. It was been good for me. It was a character that I had trouble playing with against the character Jackie. You know, he's a speed character that mixes up high and low attacks, and I got to be on my P's and Q's with my defense doing so. But the only way to get good is to practice it, get exposure to it over and over again. And I was getting some with this match, but we just kept getting cut out. So I'll just have to try it again later on and see what's going on and see if I can get some settings to where I can get the internet and the network to job well with me. So those 2 is what I've been working on this week.
Anything else?
Nope, just those 2. Really.
Just those? Yeah. All right. As far as I'm concerned, in what I played, it has been basically nothing but, the only thing that I've been doing in Destiny is just banking bounties. So each week there's a new something in the Dreaming City. It gives you double XP for the bounty, and the thing rotates out each week. And there's a span of like 8 of them. So I start early with those, and I knocked out my Warlock and my Titan this morning, to knock out those, and that's it. Now tonight, by the way, AC Wraith is asking for a friend request in Warframe for you. Okay. So, that's right. He can Sherpa. He's pretty good at that. I should add him too, because I played a little bit of Warframe and didn't really know what I was doing. No, for Destiny, I'm just, like I said, I'm banking bounties. Now, tonight, I had signed up as an alternate for the raid because I wanted to get since it's all of us in the same clan, there's a bounty for doing that. And I really hadn't been working on clan bounties because you got to work that with everybody else. And usually the timing's not there. So I asked them, I was like, hey, they had already filled up for the team tonight. I said, but when you get to the boss and you finish, can somebody grab a checkpoint and we run the boss 3 times so I can get clan bounties on all 3 of my characters? Well, one of the guys had to ditch out for tonight, so it looks like I'm in the main group to run the full raid tonight. I didn't really want to do that, but I also feel a little bit more on a justified of getting there now. I don't feel. Here's the thing. I felt kind of bad that they were going to do all the work to get to the boss, and then all I had to do was 3 boss kills. Now it's a little bit more legitimate since I'm going to have to work with them to get to the boss. It's not a hard thing to do. It was just like, let's just do a boss kill. I don't, and you know, if they decide on it, we can grab a checkpoint and just do it, and that's it. But I doubt it. There's still people working on their progression, even though this is the final weekend before the new season. New season hits on Tuesday. So all of this work that I'm putting in to bank bounties and stuff will be paid off next Tuesday for the new season. That really hasn't been much of anything, though, because it's just logging in, doing a few things, and then that's it. I really haven't messed around with it too much. I haven't worried about it. Just bank the bounties, move on, do something else. So in that regard, that something else has been playing God of War. So I'm still playing Ragnarok. Still going through that. Have not finished that just yet. I can't really tell you where I'm at in the game because I don't know what would be considered spoiler. Trying to think of how I was going to word it, but nope, that would be spoiler, I guess, as well. I think I'm about
boss battle.
You know,
or the last boss battle you had in that game.
Yeah, I was about to say. You know what? The last boss battle that I had. Well, I can tell you this. I finally got to the point in the story where an item that I had is finally, I'm able to use it. In other words, earlier in the game, I came across these weird jade-looking things that I could inscribe, but I couldn't do anything with it. Now I can do that. The last boss that I fought was is like a giant lizard-looking thing. It was called a Nidhogg. Nidhogg, I believe.
Yeah, same as the game.
Yeah, and so that's the last boss that I fought. And now it feels like I'm on now that I've got this power up or whatever this thing is that lets me use these things. I've been seeing them as I've been making my progression, but I can't do anything with them. So it's always like, well, I guess I'll be coming back to this area again.
Hold on to it. You hear from
me. So, Thar66 says I am still early. Oh, God. He says there's a lot of stuff to do after you finish the main story, but, you know, I'm very, very thorough in my playthroughs. I like to try and do as much as I can before I finish the main story. I have kind of an issue with that in the sense that if I don't, once I finish the main story, I have very little reason to go through and do anything else.
Yeah.
I always feel like
that's typically the thing in story-based games anyway.
Yeah.
When you play it for the story and you get through the story, I mean, you know how it ends. It's like watching a movie and then watching it again 2 hours later. I mean,
right. Now he says, but there's things that you couldn't do before. I get that. I don't like when games do that. I don't like when games
forced replay.
Sort of, in a sense, where it's like, hey, you beat the game, which means now you've unlocked this ability that you can use in the rest of the world. Because the game, even in the first God of War, or the 2018 God of War, once you beat the game, you were still able to walk around and do more stuff if you wanted to. And I think, in fact, I did go and do a few things, but I never felt like I was making any kind of progression by doing it, you know?
Is there still the red orbs to increase your level and stuff?
No, it's mostly you increase level now with armor upgrades and things like that. So you find materials in chests and things like that, and that's used to upgrade your armor.
So there's no way to level yourself up to a point where you're going to be like maxed out by the time you get to the end game of the first playthrough?
Not anything that can be farmed, I guess.
Okay, so
yeah, I mean, it's just you have to look for.
It's pure story. Get from point A to point B, finding certain items along the way.
Right, and yeah, then there's little paths you can venture off to look for chests and things that you can open up, which will give you crafting materials, or you'll find new materials that'll be in your inventory that you can equip, or you can upgrade, or you can, that sort of thing. And as you do that, that upgrades lots of different kind of stats that you have. Currently, I'm level 3.
Okay.
Very close to hitting level 4 with my guy.
So replay value would be for trophy hunting, I guess, or?
Oh, I would imagine so. I'm not that kind of person. I don't really do the trophy hunting unless I am close enough to where it makes it makes a difference. If I'm 2 away from a platinum, or if I'm 2 away from something else, it's like, okay, yeah, I'll knock that out.
I think the last time I platinumed the game was Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah,
but there was so much stuff I wanted to do in that game that I actually did it. But for the most part, platinums is something I don't even try to go for, really.
Yeah, I don't worry about it unless I accidentally do it, or I do it enough that it's close to where it's
or if they put so few achievements in the game, it's possible you could get platinum.
There is that. There's a couple that have done that. But yeah, that's how you level up your character. But if I finish the game and they give me some other ability to where it's like, oh, now you can unlock these doors, I might go out there and see what those doors unlock. Mm-hmm. But I just am not going to feel the progression once the main story's over. I won't feel like, okay, everything that I do feels like I'm building up to a point,
Yeah.
Like as I go through this story mode in it, I feel like I am working on my character to level him up, outfit him with better armor, with upgrade the weapons, unlock different combat moves and things like that, all in service to whatever the end game happens to be, whatever the final boss happens to be. Mm-hmm. And once that final boss is done, I just don't know that I feel like continuing. It's not something that I feel like is worth doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think about
now they could incentivize it. I have no idea. They could put something in there and I don't know about where it's like, oh, well, if you do this, this is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, I'll see that.
Yeah. Now think about the games like a Dark Souls or a Bloodborne, or even like River City Girls or Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Mm-hmm. It's like games you want to play multiple times because there's so much things you can unlock in say Scott Pilgrim or River City Girls, where you have to like get these moves unlocked, and you can keep building them up over and over again, but you have to play the game over and over again to get those benefits unlocked. But for a game as like God of War, Ragnarok, a long, epic telling of a story, that second playthrough again, like I said, you've seen this movie already. I'm not in a rush to go see it again. I've achieved what I wanted to do in this thing. I wanted to see the story. I've got the story, and now I'm satisfied. I really don't want to go back for it again.
I replayed the first one, and I replayed the first one telling Wendy that, or at least I don't know that I told her that, but she was watching me replay the first one, and it was basically a speed run. And I wasn't really trying to speed run it, but I was avoiding like side quests and things like that. I'd already done that all. Now I did a New Game Plus. And I put it on easy when I did the New Game Plus because I really just wanted a refresher of the story before I went into the new one. So that was fairly quick when you don't pay attention to side quests.
I mean, side quests is you put it in there for the sole purpose, like building your character up or extending the amount of playtime in there.
Playtime in the game. Yeah. You can say the game is, hey, our game is 60 hours long. Yeah, okay. What is the linear length of your game?
Yeah, take a Fallout 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. Do no side quests in that game. See how short it is.
Yeah. So Thar says it took him close to 60 hours to finish, and he died a lot. Thar, I was dying a bunch at the beginning. Now I put it on regular difficulty, the default difficulty. And I was really having. Now I might can switch it back to default, and I'd be okay. But I dropped it down not to, there's like easy, medium, and difficult, and then default, There's 2 difficulties lower than the default difficulty. So I'm on that middle one there. I didn't go all the way easy with it. I just went in the middle point. Now it's not as much of a problem for the most part. And I've upgraded enough that my health bar is quite large now. So yeah, and everything that I do because of that, everything, when I look at stats to see how I'm being upgraded, if it takes away from my defense, I don't use it. It may add to my strength or to my luck or to my relic power or something like that. I don't care. If it takes away from my defense, I'm not using it.
Used.
Yeah.
I know the feeling. I mean, something that, you got an asset that you like, you're not gonna give it up for anything.
Yeah.
You may not be the most powerful, the most, or the quickest or whatever, but I'll be danged if someone's going to hurt you when you get hit.
So basically, I'm doing that right now. I'm on a couple of side quests that have opened up there where I'm at, and have given me better ability now that I have that little upgrade device that I got after that. That's part of the story. So basically, that is it. I've played God of War, Ragnarok, and Destiny, and that is all. So, tell you what, coming up after the break, and we lost our caller. Call back. We had you on hold because we were in the middle of the conversation. I was going to go to you. But, when we come back, we'll jump into, I don't know, did you get anything for Black Friday? Did you buy any, did you pick up any game? Don't say anything. Just tell me yes or no.
No.
Okay. Well, never mind. We'll go over what I picked up for Black Friday when we come back, and I'll let you know what I picked up. Thing is, I picked up a few things. I just haven't played them yet. I haven't even started them yet, which kind of makes you wonder, then why did you get them if you're not going to play them?
What else is old? We've been picking up stuff and not playing them for months and months. How big is your backlog?
I know, exactly.
About the same as mine now, yeah.
I don't feel bothered by it at all.
I still haven't finished Wet. I just saw a video, a little documentary about that game.
Really?
Recently.
Where?
On some YouTube, someone was talking about the game Wet. It was like a 6-month-old video, but someone was talking about the game and how strange and fun and weird it was, but it was a pretty exciting.
I may have watched that video. I'm not sure.
If
you shoot me a link if you think about it next time you see it. Shoot me a link. I'd be really curious as to that. But I think I may have seen something about that. But anyway, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we will jump into what we picked up for Black Friday. If you picked up anything, you want to throw out what you grabbed over the holiday weekend. Maybe what you played over the holiday weekend, you can hit us up with email or Twitter or through Discord or through the chat on our Twitch stream that's going on right now. You can jump in there and let us know what you picked up and what you've been playing. We'd love to hear it, or join us on Discord and pop into the chat room. We'll put you on the air with us. That's all coming up. Now, right now we've got music from, you picked, I don't know if you got this game or not. Did you get Devil in Me?
Not yet.
Okay. You picked up The Quarry, though.
I got The Quarry.
Yeah.
Miraculously. Thanks to delivery, the way they went, man, that, jeez.
Yeah. Well, Devil in Me is out now. That is the Dark Pictures anthology. It's the end of season 1.
Yeah, the 4th one, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it is, yes. And so that is out now. This is a track from that game called it's either Dumet or Dumet, D-U-M-E-T. I'm not exactly sure what it's referencing, but that is what it is. We'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chats. Might be recognizable to a few people in the who are listening. It is from Warhammer Darktide, which came out just last week. Main theme. It's on Game Pass, I believe. If you happen to be a subscriber there. All right, so yeah, we had Black Friday come and go, and what did I pick up? Well, I got Sifu, the whatever legendary, I don't know what it was. All editions were like $25, so I picked it up. I didn't know, but it came with a steelbook, so that was like, oh, hey, even better. So I grabbed that for $25. Dollar General had discounts on their PlayStation cards and their Xbox cards. A pretty good discount. So I got those for cheaper than what they actually are and picked up multiples of those, which helped me pay off a couple of things I bought from the PlayStation Store. I picked up Forbidden West for the PS4 version because it was only $30. The PS5 version, I think, was $40. And it comes with a free upgrade, so why bother? Yeah. So that was my thought. So I picked up
unless you want the disc.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
So I picked up that. I got the remaster of Alan Wake for like $15 for the PlayStation 5. And I got Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, the PlayStation 5 version, also $30. And I also bought another year of PlayStation Plus.
Which level?
The base level.
Base level? Okay.
Yeah, because I have not done the upgrade.
Essential.
I have...
PlayStation Plus Essential.
Yeah, whichever one it is, but it's the base version. And I now have that through 2028. I am good on PlayStation Plus through 2028. And if I want to be on one of the other tiers, all I have to pay is either $100 to be on the next tier or $150 to be on the top tier of the PlayStation.
And would that transfer you to that tier all through 2028?
Yep.
For $100, $150?
Yep. Okay. Which is one of the reasons I didn't pick up Returnal. Returnal was on sale for $30, but it's also a part of the PlayStation Plus middle tier, whatever that is.
Yeah, mid-tier, yeah.
And that one where you can play for, well, I say play for free, but it's one of the games included in that tier.
Yeah.
And I just figure, why buy it if you're, and you know, it's very likely some of the games that I did pick up may end up in those tiers before I make the switch. But
I mean, how long till it drops to Essential?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd say give it a year.
I have no idea, but I'm holding out. So
yeah, and a year from now, I'll probably be playing games in my backlog, and by the time that happens, I might actually have a PS5 by that time.
But yeah, I grabbed that, and what else did I pick up? Nothing really on the Xbox. I was able to. I was waiting for like a PC deal on Sonic Frontiers, but it never happened. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll grab it on PlayStation. I never did. I never jumped on it in time. I really would rather play it on PC. I think you can maybe shake out some of the visual bugs anyway on your PC, most possibly. Likely, or at least...
Isn't that how it goes? The mod community always
That's what I'm saying.
Comes through,
mainly because the mod community is the reason I wanted it. I did pick up Gotham Knights. Thar66 says the only thing he bought was Tiny Tina Wonderlands for 50% off on PS5. Said he was tempted by Gotham Knights, but he needed a deeper sale on that one. I did too. The sale that they were offering was not quite there for me until I saw it on PC. Some sites, God, I can't remember the name of the site. It's not one, I think I've bought from them once before, but it wasn't like Fanatical or CD Keys or something like that. I can't remember what the site was. But looking at enough reviews, it was legitimate enough for me to give it a shot. So $25, and I got Gotham Knights on PC.
Yeah.
Oh, I picked up Sniper Elite 5 for $30.
I thought you had... Or were you playing 4 all this?
I've had 4. I never picked up 5.
And 5 came out when?
5 came out this year.
Oh, okay.
Earlier this year. So I did get Sniper Elite 5.
I thought for sure you had that day one, or upon release. Yeah,
no.
Okay.
It was like $60 day one, and I just I knew where I was. That's the thing. When it released, I didn't have the time. And it really depends on when these games release because, obviously I'm putting all my effort into Destiny. As far as my game time, I'm putting all my effort into Destiny. And when that slows down for me, I start to get a little like, hey, what's out there for me to play that's not Destiny? What can I get my hands on? And luckily when Black Friday rolls around, I can sort of bank these things and have those for when I do want to play something else. So like I'm working on God of War now. When that's done, I'll probably switch over. Honestly, I'll probably switch over to Alan Wake. That's a shorter game. I know I've played it before, but I'm playing the remastered version, and Wendy hasn't seen it, and I enjoy it completely.
That's a game in the backlog for me as well. I've got the game. I believe I got it on Steam. I think it was some sale or something. No, it was a sale. I think I picked it up, but I never played it. I think it was a bundle pack. It was like that plus American Nightmare and some of the things that came in with it. And it's available on Steam. I just have to sit down and play it. That's all.
Lee the Migraine says Sniper Elite 5 is on Game Pass. I know it's on Game Pass. First off, I'm not using Game Pass on PC. I'm still not confident in how well that works, or if I'm not going to get hit with the usual. Got that
file stuck on the system when you use it.
I mean, it's maybe you're still. It's. I say it's luck of the draw, but it's something that could just happen to you at any point. Mm-hmm. You may load a game up and it works fine, and when you take it off, it actually gets taken off of your hard drive, no problem. But the next game you do it might be that. If it works flawlessly the first time, it doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. It is completely random. It's also random in the sense that if you took it off and you think it's completely gone, it may come back. It may download an update and for whatever reason put the game back on your hard drive again. It's very, very. I don't understand why they haven't addressed it. I don't think a lot of people know about it, or at least a lot of people or enough that they would care. Mm-hmm. But it just bugs me to know that it could happen. I hate that. And I guess you could expand that into just about anything. Well, any game that you install on your computer could have some sort of problem. Mm-hmm. Anything that you install on your computer could have some sort of issue. As exemplified by the fact that just the other day I tried to open up the audio editing software that I use to edit the audio for this show. I popped it open to work on the music tracks that we're going to play for bumper cuts.
Right.
And it locked. It wouldn't open.
Yeah.
I had to do a complete uninstall and then do a reinstall. I did the reinstall and it wouldn't recognize audio devices for some reason.
Yeah.
I looked up and down for what the reasoning was and couldn't find anybody. Somebody said, oh, well, if you install it from the desktop and launch it from the desktop, it'll work. I tried that, and for whatever reason, it works.
It works.
I installed it. I put the install on the desktop, ran the install, put it on the desktop, launched it, and it works. Mm-hmm. I don't understand why.
But I think what you were telling me about was the fact that, not having the controller, if you want to take it off completely, it's not gone completely. It's still lingering around in your hard drive. Mm-hmm. And that's not, that ain't cool.
It's not for me. I don't like that. Cool, I don't like that it just sits there and that could happen over and over and over again.
Yeah, but what's the function of it though? That file? I
don't know.
No, still don't know what that function of it is for.
And there's no way, as far as I can tell, nobody's figured out how you can get rid of it. Now, people have mentioned that you can.
Or what it's for.
Yeah, people have mentioned that basically you can run a USB hard drive plugged into it and just keep your games on there, and that'll be the issue. And I've thought about that, but I never remember it in time to think about it when picking up a hard drive for it.
Performance issue?
I don't know. I didn't look into it to know if there is. I doubt it, but I didn't look into it.
Yeah, they're pretty cheap and easy to come by. So
yeah, the other reason that I didn't pick it up on Game Pass is because on console, the Sniper Elite games I've always played on PC. Mm-hmm. The controls are much better. I mean, it's a sniper game. You're going to need that keyboard control, man, for that precision stuff. It might work out well on console, but I have only ever played. I mean, this was a game, the very first game that released, I imported it from the UK because nobody was publishing it here at the time.
But you want the game.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I don't know where I'd seen it. I probably was at Game Trailers or something back when Game Trailers wasn't, well, it's nothing now.
Yeah.
But what it eventually became, it was nothing at that point that I was watching it. It was just this horrible looking website line after line after line of here's trailer, and I would just click through and I'd be watching new stuff. And I found Sniper Elite. I was like, ooh, I like that. Where's the game? Couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
And this was back before you could.
This is your first taste of importing?
Probably not. I don't think it is. I think I had a few things that I had imported from there. There was one called Balance, although it was spelled Ballence. It was Ballance. It was this ball. It was like Marble Madness type thing.
I remember
a little puzzle game with a ball. That was an import. Sniper Elite was an import. There may have been one or two others. And I can't even remember how I bought these. I don't think it was through Amazon. It was through some other company that I bought.
That was probably some other small company or whatever like that. Nothing major like that.
I have the box for that sign now for the Sniper Elite game. I met them. I think they were pushing Sniper Elite 3.
Yeah.
And I met them at E3 and got them to sign my copy.
Yeah.
They took it back with them, had the guy sign it, and then mailed it back to me. So I still have that.
I think my first inclination with importing was Genesis and Saturn. I think it was the first time I started doing imports because the variety was just so much, a deeper variety of stuff to pick from and more interesting games at the time. So I was doing it back then, and it was through little stores here and there online, like I think a little place in Ohio, Flashback video games years ago.
That's cool.
It was still, I think I got Shenmue 2 from there.
Yeah, little mom and pop stores type things.
Mom and pop stores like that, yeah.
So let's see. I picked up. Okay, I got Sniper Elite, which has co-op now. So, Josh, we can finally do some of that when I get the time. What else did I pick up? I grabbed some games off of Steam. Originally, I dumped everything in there, and I thought I'll use my. Turns out I still have a ton of credit at GameStop.
Still?
Yeah.
Goodness.
A ton.
Yeah.
So much.
Was it 4 digits?
No.
Okay, because
you
had a good 4-digit amount.
It's 3 digits.
3 digits, okay.
It's in the mid 3 digits.
Okay, all right.
Because I was even considering using all of those gift cards to buy Steam cards so that I could buy a Steam Deck.
Yeah.
And only end up having to pay like $100 for a Steam Deck with all that stuff. But I decided not to. I decided to hold off. Let's either acquire more or just use a card here or there to pay for some stuff this year, which is what I originally was going to do. I was going to, in fact, the $25 seafood did come from GameStop, and I got that with a gift card. But originally, I went through my wish list because of the Steam sale, and I'd said, okay, let's just add everything that I want from my wish list. That's on sale. Boom, 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 boom. It's like $150. Okay, well, I can use one of my gift cards to get a Steam card for $100, and then I'll just pay the $50, and I have all these games. Anyway, sat there because the sale didn't end until Tuesday, I think. And then I said, well, okay, that game's in early access, and it's $26. Let's pull that off of there. In fact, let's pull anything that's over $20 off. Okay, well, now let's look at it. All right, let's keep anything that's under 10. And I just kept going back and forth.
Hey, look, I've been there with the carts, man. Switching back and forth. They'll take this off, put this on. Other thing you were thinking about, put that on. How much is this? Kick it up a bit,
right?
Things like that. Yeah, you got a threshold how much you want to spend for your game. So yeah.
And I'll tell you what started it. What started it was the Civilization franchise was on sale. Civilization 6, anyway, was on sale. And all the DLC with it. And I was trying to look, and I was like, what am I missing on the DLC? And I was only missing a few things. And when I looked at what the whole thing would cost me, it was like $11 to get all the other stuff that I needed. And I thought, that's a good deal.
Yeah.
Put that in your cart. Definitely getting that. Now let's go to your wish list and look at some other stuff. So I ended up getting everything that I needed for Civilization 6. That is now good. I had Red Dead Redemption in there a few times just to play it on PC, even though I have it on the consoles. And I took it out. I didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, nah, you've got it on consoles, man. You've got it there. If it drops again, maybe for Christmas or something, sure, I'll throw the money in it that way.
That's one of them. Another one of those things about story-based games, man. The ones that you haven't played it, but you know about it. I mean, you can either buy the game yourself and play it, or
haven't finished it,
or you can go to YouTube and watch someone's playthrough for 3 to 4 hours and with the highlights, and that's it.
Yeah, but the thing about
story, though.
Yeah, the thing about Red Dead Redemption though is just it's a pretty game, and I mean the landscape. It's just It's just got some really amazing scenery to look at. Mm-hmm. Maybe not so much in like characters and stuff, but just when you're out there and it's just there you go. There's the land in front of you.
Horseback simulator.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, exactly. You just get on and be like, I don't really care about the game, but I'm going to ride out there and explore a little bit.
But it ain't the same without Cougar Man.
I know. So yeah, I was thinking about doing that, and then I was like, nah. So I took it out of the thing. Mm-hmm. I was looking at some city builders that are in early access, and eventually dumped those, and said, nah, I'm not getting those.
Your whole thing with Civilization 6 reminds me of what happened with City Skylines. That one bundle of all the DLC for what, $30?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. No. That's true. So I ended up getting Civilization, a game called Cloudpunk, which was like $6. So
something like Fallout in the Sky or something like that. I think if I'm remembering it right.
It looks more Blade Runner-y.
Yeah, but something some Sky City.
Yeah. You're basically flying cars, things like that. So
it's BioShock.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, no, BioShock was in the air. What was it? One BioShock Infinite?
BioShock Infinite, yeah.
Was a city in the air, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so same thing here with Cloudpunk, some city in the air that you're doing that type of stuff with.
So yeah, Cloudpunk and Civilization. What was the other? There was something else I picked up too.
Do you remember the genre?
Man, I can't. Oh, Puzzle? I got no. It was a Lego game. It was not Brick. Was it Bricktales? No. It was a different Lego game. It'd been out for a while, but it was like $9, and so I grabbed it. Mm-hmm. And then I can't remember. I swear there was some other stuff. And I've got Steam right here. This is the best thing about the Steam app is I can just go to it, and I can look at
all the stuff you picked up.
Yeah, I can see everything that I bought. Can I do that? Yes, see. Friend activity groups as inventory. Account details. Purchase history. View purchase history. Here we go. All right. Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter, which was $5.
Mm-hmm. I think I've seen it on a PlayStation store before.
Yep. Finding Paradise, which it's like the third game in a series. There was a game called To the Moon, I think, or was it called The Moon? Anyway, there was that one. There was a middle one that I haven't played, and there was Finding Paradise.
Yeah.
Lego Builder's Journey was another one I picked up. Cloudpunk, and then a game called Cradle, which was like $3. So I had a $96 discount on all of this stuff. I ended up paying $41. $41 for it. You should see the Civilization stuff that I got. There's so much there that I was able to pick up. But yeah, so I got those. And what have I played? Absolutely none of them. Just God of War, and then I mentioned I got Gotham Knights. So. Yeah. And I also picked up an Xbox controller with the Windows adapter. In other words, it's a wireless adapter for your PC that will allow the controller to connect to it.
Okay.
So I grabbed one of those.
Supposed to a cable?
Yeah.
No, cable would be more convenient, but okay.
Well,
So it's not like you're going to be far from the PC at any given time using a controller for it, but okay.
Yeah, I've only got one cable that is long like that. I use that in the other room because all of my console controllers all use USB-Cs.
Yeah.
And I only have one of those that's with any length. Wendy may have another one, but she has other devices she charges with those cables. So
I can see the length for consoles, things like that, but for the PC, length of the cord is not really a.
It is with the other cable. I mean, the other cable I have is only like 3 feet, and if I'm gonna game comfortably, it's I'd rather just not have the wire there. So
your tower's on the floor or on the neck or next to the monitor.
It's next to the monitor. Yeah. Huh. I say it's 3 feet. It may not even be 3 feet. It's short, though.
So it connects to your wires connected to the back. You don't have something for the front.
I can connect it to the front. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to. I'm trying to see how. I'm trying to think how far back do you sit from your monitor? Otherwise, it's a huge monitor that needs you to sit back. I
can relax. I can recline in it.
Okay.
It's just a preference of not having the wires there. That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, and in reality, if I don't care, I can just plug the thing in through the wire and do it that way if I want to.
Yeah, see, in my case, it's just a front-loading USB port, so it's not, length of the cable is not very significant for me.
Well, it's $45 for a controller and the adapter, $45. And that's why I picked it up. So it was on sale over the weekend, and that's why I got it. Plus, I've got other controllers that I can use. There's other controllers that it can connect with, I think. So, yeah. That's what I picked up. That was my Black Friday. God, I didn't know it was going to take 30 minutes to see everything that I bought.
You picked up a lot. More than you thought, or just about right?
No, I usually go harder on these. Yeah. Like in a different timeline, I suppose, I would have had Sonic Frontiers.
Well, I think we were talking about this. There's not as many big Black Friday sales this year that were as opposed to what we're used to seeing in years past. I mean, it didn't feel like a big. Didn't feel like there was a lot of sales, and then you had the fact that stuff was coming out really early, like mid-October. Here's our Black Friday sale for wow, that's
the fact that Sonic Frontiers released the week before Black Friday and then was on sale for $30.
Yeah.
Gotham Knights as well, released in October, was on sale for $25. The lowest I found, $25, not even consoles, PC.
Yeah.
Just one of those situations where it's just like, man, that is a really good price. But I also see, like I said, in years previous, and I would have bought Returnal. I would have bought Sonic Frontiers. I would have probably bought another PlayStation controller, just to have one just to have one cheap on backup in case the one I have, dies on me or whatever.
It will eventually.
Exactly. It's usually what you do with the sales. You buy things to have as a backup because all your other stuff's going to die. I would have gone harder, but I didn't. At least I didn't for myself. I made other purchases during Black Friday, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't all electronics and games.
No, it wasn't, and it wasn't all for me either. So yeah, but yeah, it was good. I was pleased with it. I felt like this is good. You didn't go overkill with it, and pretty satisfied with what I got. Yeah.
Like in my case, I didn't see much that got me to want to go out and get anything for Black Friday. Really, I mean, the only thing I really wanted to pick up was Gungrave Gore. I wanted to pick that title up, but it wasn't a Black Friday sale. It was just out.
It wasn't, but I did see that pop up on sale for something.
Yeah,
because I follow in Discord Wario's channel in Discord. He did have, and there's no way I can search for it now, but that did pop up in his list of something. I don't know what the sale price was. I can't tell you if it was a deal or not. I have no idea. So
yeah, but
Star66 says it's on Game Pass. Not that helps you.
Yeah, but I wanted to pick it up, but I don't know. Maybe it's their inventory thing that was going on. But GameStop said it was only on PS5, and then a buddy of mine picked up the one copy that was available on PS4.
GameStop and Best Buy both were coming in and out of stock with things. Like I had Sifu in there, and I had a couple of games in there, and then I would sit there and just leave them there because it's still going on, but I'd have them in my cart, and I'd wake up the next morning and do a refresh, and it's like, this is no longer here. You can't have this.
Yeah.
But then later in the day, it'd be back in stock again and I could add it or stuff like that. Sifu specifically was only available in stores. I could only find that. There was one copy left at a store here in town, over there, Atlanta Highway, GameStop. And so I came in that morning had to pick up a Sam's order. And I drove over there, grabbed it, and then, went over there. So that was the only physical thing that I bought over the Black Friday. Everything else was either digital or the controller getting delivered.
Yeah.
So that was it.
Which probably will have to do with Gungrave, get it mail ordered because this is even before the inventory snafu with GameStop. There were certain titles that they considered niche titles, and they just wouldn't order them in bulk. They only order the ones that were pre-ordered.
Yeah.
And nothing else. They wouldn't even order one or two extra copies just in case. They even stopped doing that. They just said pre-order or not at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a couple of deals on some. I kept seeing it pop up, like the big special edition for God of War Ragnarok that comes with like Thor's hammer and a bunch of other things.
Yeah, I've seen that. I was at the GameStop I was at. I saw it sitting on the counter.
I did too.
Yeah,
at the one I picked up
there.
Sifu at, it was just sitting right there, and I was just like, man, it was tempting to do because originally I thought I was not going to have a chance to get this thing. It was sold out before the game released.
Yeah.
But after the game released, the thing's been popping up all over the place.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just like, okay, well, I guess it's not that special then. Which I don't know. I've still been able to not do it, and I'm okay with that now. I think I'm getting less and less of that. And point in fact to, and we got to take a break, but Mondo is releasing more steelbooks. Another wave. And Mondo, I'm really big on Mondo steelbooks because they number the damn things, which goes into my
authenticity
lizard
quality.
brain of thinking, oh, I have to complete my set. I can't have number 5 and then have number 7. I have to have 6, or whatever it is.
Yeah, even if it's something that has nothing to do with you, you're not
That's
a fan
the
of.
thing, man.
Yeah,
like last year, they released probably 5 or 6 new steelbooks, and it was all Marvel based. It was all the Marvel Cinematic Universe based. They were going back and doing steelbooks for the first phase or whatever it was, second phase or something like that. And so this year they released like 5 or 6 more, and it's still Marvel stuff. And I look at it and I'm like, no, I no. I mean, I was on board thinking, okay, this is just you guys doing your thing, but no, you're continuing to do it. And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Some of the covers do look really nice.
I bet. This is Mondo.
Most of them don't. Most of them, and the ones that don't pull me in artistically, it's like I don't need another copy of that film just to complete my set.
Yeah,
I don't, and I have I've been able to cut back off that too. Yeah. So it's been I haven't gone steelbook crazy at all for much stuff anymore. Some games that come with it, if I'm looking for a game and it's got one and it doesn't require me to buy $200 worth of stuff just for a steelbook, then sure, I might be in on it. If I like it, but for the most part, no. We got to take a break though. When we come back, we will dive into the news or anything else you guys want to talk about. We've got music here from 2 Point Campus, which came out. I was short on music, and I said, what have and I saw 2 Point Campus in the release, and I said, you know what? I haven't used anything from there, so let's go ahead and use that. Not normally something I would use, just because this is the most generic sounding stuff I have heard. But whatever, it filled the gap of the one song I needed to close out the set.
I'm about to listen to some elevator music.
It's bland, but I mean, this is essentially a city builder type thing, and so it needs to have music that isn't distracting. It needs to have some sort of whatever, just something in the background while you're building buildings, while you're making a campus and stuff. Anyway, we'll be back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. Welcome back to In-Game Chat. This is music from a game. You're going to hear 2 cuts from this. In fact, I think the next one... No, the next one isn't from this game, but you'll hear 2 cuts from this particular game. I just really enjoyed the piano from it. It is a game on Game Pass right now called Somerville. Somerville. There was an interesting trailer for it from, I don't ever how many months ago, and it finally got released. You'll have to look it up. It's you in a car in a post-apocalyptic world. I'm not exactly sure how it plays, how it works. I don't know much about it. But that is the game this music comes from. All right. We got people in Discord, and we've got people on the phone as well. Chris has been waiting patiently here. Hey, Chris.
What's going on, y'all?
Not much. What's going on with you, man?
Oh, not too much. Finally, I got done enough to be satisfied with Harvestell on the Switch, and I jumped back into Star Ocean on the PlayStation 5, and I thought I was getting a high-level character around 45 or 50 where I was at, and thank Lord, I'm already about halfway through. I was thinking the max level in the game was around 100. I was wrong. It's a lot higher.
So you got a lot of gravity to go through, huh?
How much higher do you know?
255 is the max level.
Jeez, and where were you?
Around the 40s or 50s. Right now, I'm in around 70 or so, almost 80, level 80 on average with all my characters.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of levels.
And so far, the storyline's been enthralling and everything, and it's fun gameplay, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, they gave a lot of flack for the previous one of the series not being too good and all, and I thought they've redeemed themselves on this one and all. And and as far as hit points and damages goes, I saw a little video where they was like in boss, special area things you could do and beat a boss and everything. And the average characters had around 68,000 hit points.
So it's going to be a grind, basically.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get through it and enjoy it. And I got 5 or 6 others from shopping and over the holidays. And
what'd you pick up?
I want to get.
Yeah, what'd you pick up?
Not much. It's the same ones I had bought previously that I talked to you before. I got Sonic and I got a refund on it, and found several other ones that was at sale on GameStop. I forgot them. I'm out here working in my car. I was wanting to redo the cable system for the audio and power plug, to charge the phone and, plug it to the stereo and all. I wasn't very satisfied with it, so I was doing that and sitting out here. But I can't remember. It's just several other ones that looked interesting that were cheap enough. And, hey, I don't have that one. That was fun. I'll just grab that and a bunch of backlog to play down the road.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good, man. Everything else going okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Just sitting out here and had the windows rolled down, and be nice if the temperature would start going down some more.
I was going to say, that's what I was just checking to see, like, what is it outside? Because it was warmer than usual, or at least warmer than what I was thinking it would be.
70 degrees.
Yeah, earlier today. So, all right, man. Well, we appreciate you calling in, and glad you got your haul, and at least you got stuff for your backlog. But I don't think you've ever had a problem with your backlog at all.
I think, as long as it just keeps growing.
I know. We all have perpetual backlogs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of us have that issue, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is it. Well, we'll talk to you next week. All right, Chris, take care.
All right. Y'all do the same. See y'all later.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Don't forget to sell those Legos. In Discord right now is Josh. Hey, man.
Hi there.
Hey, I don't know if you saw, my Steam activity over the weekend.
I wasn't paying too close attention, no.
Yeah, nothing. I know, right? Like, well, then how dare you for not keeping up with what I've bought? No, I picked up Sniper Elite on sale.
About time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's $30, man. $30 from I think it was Fanatical Game Store online. So yeah, I went ahead and picked up a copy of that. So we can co-op now. When you have time away from Darktide, which I know is
I've been playing that a lot.
I figured that's what you have. A lot of people on my friends list have been playing a lot of that, and have been just showering the game with praise From what I understand, it's very good.
The first one to not shower it then.
Really? You don't? It's not good?
I'd say right now it's more of a wait game than not buy right now.
Really? Because of bugs or what's the deal there?
Yeah, it's a bit buggy. The optimization isn't the best either.
Yeah, I just looked at the review thing on Steam. Said it's mixed, and right now it's a 6 out of 10 so far.
Interesting. I from what I had seen, everybody was really, really enjoying that. But maybe
the core gameplay is fun, no doubt. But I pretty much disconnect at least once an hour.
Oh man.
Oh.
You can reconnect in most cases, but still it takes time. You get thrown out. You got log back into the match that was running. If you're unlucky, you get booted out right at the end and don't get any rewards for finishing the mission because the others finish it first.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you have the patience, I would get it right now. If you don't have the patience, I'd wait.
I'm not familiar with the series, but is it like mandatory online to play effectively, or there's no offline mode in there?
Right now, yeah. You can't even opt out of playing with randoms at the moment. You don't even have the option to just run with bots.
Goodness.
Well, yeah, I didn't. I'm not into that whole thing, but hearing everybody talk about it, I was like, well, something down the line to pick up. I was when I was doing my exercise this morning. I usually go to YouTube every time I get on there and just see, hey, what's new up here. And I had heard there was a lot of excitement for the Callisto Protocol. But I had heard some problems here and there with the PC version. And so
I heard so as well, so I didn't get it yet.
So I watched a review, and now he starts off his review, and I can't remember the guy's name. He starts off his review saying that, look, I'm about to, drag this game, but understand that I am just one person with a review, and don't take my word for it. He was putting that out there because he had also heard that, there's a lot of people who like or who are excited for this game. He was excited for it. He was also excited for Sonic Frontiers, but when released, he gave it a negative review, even though now plenty of people have reviewed that game, or at least user reviews have sent that game way up there. Sonic Frontiers. So he's just like, look, this is just a reviewer thing. Anyway, he went into it and talked about how much he did not like the game for a number of reasons. But when he got to the PC part of it, just not very well optimized for PC. And said that people are not having problems on consoles. So if you do have one of the next-gen consoles, he said, your better preference would be to play it there than on PC. Because PC is just having a lot. And there were plenty of examples of how bad it was. Then he went into, regardless of where you play it, here's the problems with the game. Very linear. There is no real exploration in the game type of thing. It is very, very linear. Combat is not great. I'm trying to think. There's a particular... he kept going on about the final boss fight. He wouldn't mention anything about it, just saying that the final boss fight was one of the most annoying things that he'd ever played, but didn't really go into it, or at least I didn't get to that part of it in the review. He did talk about a mini boss that you fight about 4 times throughout the game, and talked about why that was frustrating. And also talked about just how the combat in itself is just completely frustrating. And not good, and that the story. He said basically the only thing that is keeping this game from being a complete, for lack of a better term, horror show, even though it's a horror game, is that it looks amazing. He said the facial animations and what I could see looked really great, but he said the facial animations, the character animations, the set design, all this stuff looked fantastic.
Yeah, great art direction.
Yeah, but was not But he said that if that was working and maybe the combat was working, I could forgive the story, or maybe if that was working, the story was working, I could forgive the combat. But yeah, that was basically its only saving grace, was that it looked really good. But that's the problem. It's not enough to save the game, at least for him. Now, I don't know about anybody else. I don't know of anybody who's playing it.
No, but I think I was saying before that I think I've said it a while back. In this day and age, with all the technology and advancements we've got available, I mean, there's really no excuse for any game to look bad nowadays, unless you rush it out the product.
Yeah, there's excuses, and they're not good ones, but there's excuses for why games look bad.
I mean, we expect your games to look good at this point. 4K, this 4K flat screen generation we got, but it's not enough to save it. I mean, we expect it to be good, so that's not gonna save it at all. Tharge66
just said the PC stutter has been fixed. That was one of the things he had complained about. I guess he hadn't updated the review, but that the PC stutter is fixed. Someone in the team added the wrong shader. I guess that's a shader. It says shatter file on the day one patch, and so they had to replace it. But apparently that fixes the stutter. Not that that's going to help anything, because it's still the gameplay, the story. It's apparently just not great. Not great at all. It doesn't help with the fixing the PC stutter doesn't help with the combat. The stutter would happen anytime, during cutscenes, and he said the game is loaded with jump scares, except the jump scares hardly work because of the stutter that the PC had. Because just the way it would try to...
Jump scares coming, it'll get there in a second.
But it's paused. Exactly. Oh, I see him there.
Yeah.
He's paused. Oh, now he's on top of me, that sort of thing. But I think that's been fixed. So...
I think what was the term you said? Just not optimized.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the same thing they were saying about the Dark Tide thing. Not optimized. I'm seeing a lot in the reviews.
Well, from what Josh just said, yeah, exactly. It's having some issues there, PC wise. That's on Game Pass, isn't it? Is that on Game Pass console?
It's not on console yet.
Okay.
They've been being very quiet about the console release.
Yeah,
it was supposed to release with the PC release, but they've pushed it back to who knows when.
Yeah.
I was one of these reviews stuck out to me. It said, "Note for future self: buy Fat Shark games at least 1 year after release, no exceptions." Because it seems, I guess it's a pattern they have. The initial out of the gate, it's bad, but give it time and it'll be fine overall. But it takes them a while to do so, I guess.
I don't even know are those the regular devs of Warhammer games, or is that somebody else? I don't even know what else.
No, they just made the Vermintide games, so they had similar issues on release.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I picked that up, by the way, Vermintide, when it was free.
Excellent. That's another game we should be
That was Vermintide 2, I think. Wasn't that the one that was free?
Yep.
Yeah, that I picked up. So... Did you get any other?
I think the biggest disappointment with Darktide for me is the cash shop. It's kind of egregious.
Oh, there's a cash shop?
Yeah, for cosmetics, and they had those in the former games as well, in Vermintide 2 and such, but in this one it's very terrible.
Are they porting it to mobile?
No, but it feels like...
Does it? Yeah, dude.
Because it has the FOMO moment with things rotating in and out of availability. You have the obfuscation with no direct money to a cosmetic. You have the extra currency you have to buy. And you also can't buy the currency amount for the things in the shop. You always have too much or too little.
God, I didn't know they had monetized it like that.
Yeah, it's awful. The last game you could just spend, it says the dollar price in the shop and you buy it and that's it.
Has that always been the case with Warhammer games? Have they always had monetization?
Oh, no. That's like really depends on the game.
Okay.
I think the Tide games, Vermintide and Darktide, are the only ones that really have cosmetic shops like this.
It always surprises me when I'm playing what I think is whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden I realize there's not necessarily a monetization gate, but there's a monetization part of the game, and I guess I shouldn't be surprised, honestly. That's probably the way all games are eventually going, is to some way to monetize, to make more money off the initial sale of the game. I expected in something like Marvel Snap, which I've been playing a lot. That's another game I've been playing, but whatever. It's a mobile game. It's on PC. I've been playing Snap. Yeah, there's monetization in it, and I will not put any money towards it at all. But that was not something I was expecting in a Warhammer title for whatever reason.
I was looking at it. I had looked it up while Josh was talking about it. It says aggressive monetization. Is that a fair assessment, Josh?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Aggressive monetization in this title, yeah.
Compared to the last games they made, for sure.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Thar66, just to switch subjects again, because we were talking about game reviews or whatever. Two games this past week had me do a couple of 180s on where I was with them. The first one is, the most recent here is Midnight Suns. I was not down for that. I was not down for the way they had the way the combat was set up. First off, the game looks horrible. It's not horrible, but it ain't pretty, or it ain't as pretty as it could be. It looks bleh, but and this goes to the reviewer's point of like, well, if this excels and this excels, then I can forgive this other part that doesn't. Like some sort of weird triangle of quality. So if two of them work, I can forgive the third. But if two of them fail, then nothing else can be helped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Midnight Suns just doesn't look good. But apparently the game mechanics are great, and the story is not bad either. I have a article in here talking about Midnight Suns, or at least I thought I did. Yeah. 65,000 lines of voice dialogue in Midnight Suns. This is like a card game Mass Effect type thing. That's the other part of it. The combat involved cards. And I was just like, no, I don't want cards in my game. But then I'm reading reviews and watching reviews, and apparently the mechanic, whatever the devs did to infuse card combat into a Marvel superhero type game really worked well. So that game is now on my radar where it wasn't before. I was completely turned off about it. The other game that did it this week, does anybody want to care to take a guess, Josh, what that game might have been?
Could you repeat the question?
I had two games that came out this week, or reviews came out this week for two games, and that completely turned me around on them. The first one I mentioned was Midnight Suns, and the second one I was curious if you might know what that might have been.
Perhaps Callisto?
Not Callisto. I was never, first off, a horror game. I don't really do those. I don't do horror games. Although I sit here and just tell you I'm going to play Alan Wake Remastered, but I just don't consider that a horror game. I love Alan Wake, but I'd never have considered it a horror game. But no, the other one is Need for Speed. Unbound, I think is what it's called. I think that's the new title for that one.
The new one.
Do what?
Yeah, the new one that looks a bit comic-y.
I know,
style.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's an arcade racer, and that's great. And it's also Criterion, which I was always like, let me get an eye on that. But the more I saw official video that they had released, that EA had released, I was just like, I mean, I like what they're trying to do. They're kind of spicing it up with the little animation and stuff as you're racing.
I keep thinking of Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, I know. But after seeing a few more videos that they had released, I just said, nah, I can pass. Then the game comes out and reviewers are like, this is really, really good. This is good. And they weren't even praising the animation stuff or the style or whatever. They were just praising the game as a whole. And so that one turned me around as well. It's weird. I've been back and forth on that one. I was really excited when I first saw it, but then more videos that I saw got me to say, nah. And then it releases and reviews from users and even from other people. It's apparently quite fun and enjoyable. So that's back on my list again. And the fact that it's Criterion, I fully support them as much as I possibly can, even though they are Criterion mainly in name only by now. I don't necessarily know if there's anybody who is from the old Criterion days who are with that company now. But yeah, anything to support them and possibly get them to do another Burnout. That's really all I sit for, is just, yeah, good. If you do that, then we get a new Burnout. I hope. They did an interview where they said they'd like to, but it doesn't seem likely that they will. At least not anytime soon. So that was kind of sad. But yeah, those were the 2 games this week that released that I've kind of turned. Have you watched anything on Midnight Suns? Is that something that might interest you at all, Josh?
Not really. I've been looking at the Warhammer XCOM game that recently released.
What's that one?
Demon Hunters, I think is the name of it.
That I'm not familiar with at all. It's the first time I'm hearing about it.
It recently got some content update or DLC. That's why it's back on my mind again.
Oh, so it's been released. It's just getting some okay, gotcha.
Half a year maybe, around that time.
Yeah, no, first time I've heard about it. So, I was trying to think. There were some other things that had gotten some DLC or that was talked about. Well, Callisto Protocol, they had mapped out the expansion path on that, or whatever it is, the DLC path for Callisto Protocol. Sonic Frontiers is getting some nice stuff. Or I don't want to say nice, but it's getting a lot for free. A lot of updates in the pipeline for Sonic Frontiers.
Extra playable characters, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah. Which is not something I guess I was expecting. I guess maybe Sonic has usually gotten a lot of support in DLC. I don't remember. I haven't really followed enough to know in previous titles. Sorry, there was just a big engine rev outside.
Yeah, someone's revving their engine out there.
Yeah. Anyway, we are at the bottom of the hour here. We need to take a break. We haven't covered any news. Not that there's too much to cover. We'll do a quick rundown. Plus, we got the Game Awards coming up this week. Which, by the way, they're giving away a Steam Deck during the Game Awards. Not just 1, or 2, or 3. They're giving away a Steam Deck every single minute of the show. So every 60 seconds, Steam is giving away one of their handheld devices.
Please watch. We'll do anything.
I'll be watching. I've already registered. You go into Steam, and I went ahead and registered. I got Wendy registered too. Yeah, I'm gonna make her watch it.
I'll have to look into that as well.
Yeah, well,
it's working already.
Is the Steam Deck available in your country?
Yes, my friend has one.
Okay, then you should be good, because it's not just U.S. only, but I believe it is only in regions where Steam Deck is available. So if you're in a country where Steam Deck is not available, you can't enter this contest. So
now I have a reason to watch it.
Yeah, I know. I have a reason to watch the whole thing as well, and you have to watch it through Steam, though. Which I've never watched anything through Steam before. I mean, I've seen videos and stuff.
I see.
Yeah.
Again, please watch.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I'll be doing Thursday night, watching through Steam, trying to win a Steam Deck. Anyway, we're going to be right back with more of In-Game Chat. We have music here from another game that just released recently and had some issues. In fact, so many issues that Nintendo had to issue an apology. It is the Pokemon Scarlet.
Apologized?
Yeah, the Scarlet and Violet. Nintendo does not like to release buggy things. They pride themselves on that quote. Is it Iwata, I believe? I probably just butchered that dude's name. Who said that, what is it, a game, it's a famous quote. Something about if a game releases broken, then, it's always, but if you take your time and release a game that is, fixed and works, then that's what you want to do, sort of thing. I can't remember the exact quote, but so they don't like to release things that are buggy. They don't like to release things that are broke. They don't like to release things with any kind of problems technically with their games. And so when it does happen, and I mean, it happens on some smaller things that they can patch out, that sort of thing. but apparently it was a lot with the Pokemon games. Not only that, a lot of people bought those games. Mm-hmm. So there's a huge fan base for that thing, and enough people to be really affected by it. So anyway, this is music from Scarlet and Violet. I think it sounds exactly like any other Pokemon game. We'll be right back with more in-game chat right after this. Back to in-game chat. Music again from Somerville. This is the family theme, I think is the name of this track. These are all the piano versions. I don't actually know if they sound like this in-game, but this is the composer's YouTube channel, and these are the tracks from the game. He just may have done a piano version of these. I don't know if this is what they actually sound like in-game. But I enjoyed it, and so that's why I'm using it. Anyway, welcome back. Before we get to the news, if we get to it, it's just some quick stuff. We could go down the list here. Biloxi Gambler's called in. Hey, man.
Hey, guys. How's everybody?
We doing good. How are you?
Everybody survived the holiday.
We did. Hey, did you get any games over the holidays?
Yes, I did. That's what I called in. I was going to talk about backlog, too. I'm interested, RJ. You haven't played The Quarry yet, though, have you?
Not yet. I just wanted to pick it up and make sure I got it, but got it before I started. I want to get through the Dark Pictures thing and get that.
Even though The Quarry isn't part of that, is it? Yeah, I mean it's the same developers, but it's not part of that Dark Pictures anthology.
Yeah. Right, yeah. And that's why I hadn't gotten it. Mm-hmm. And I was at Walmart though, since 2 weeks ago, before the holiday, y'all talked about it, and I said, well, I'll go. And I went to Walmart, and I'm looking, and they didn't have it, which is fine. And then I said, well, it'd be a hassle anyway because they got to unlock the case, and then they don't have a cashier. I mean, they have a cashier, but they have like one of those and 40 of the self-checkout, so that's going to be a hassle. So I said, no, if I get it, I'll just get it online. And then I said, I'm going to wait and see what RJ thinks about it. So, I don't know.
Oh, so he's going to...
Man of Medan, I highly recommend.
He's waiting on you to pick it up.
I got the game.
I mean, it's waiting on you to play it and talk about it.
Get a little impression of it, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that.
Now, what about did you get Devil in Me?
No, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll tell you why.
Okay.
And this goes into what I was talking about, backlog. When I had a PS2, I bought a game called Bully.
Yeah.
And I put it on, and I played it just a little bit. And I said, I'm very interested in this game. I will come back to it. Well, then I got a PS4, and the PS2, the disc don't play on it. But I still have it. I have all my hard copies. I got the PS2. I got all that stuff. I never throw anything away. And but when I was looking for Black Friday sales, they have Bully now for PS4.
Yep.
And I went, oh, absolutely, download that right now. And that's what I did. And let me tell you something. That thing is addictive. When I sit down to play it, you can just write off the next 4 to 6 hours. I am there doing Bully.
I don't doubt it. I don't know if you're into it, but the same guys that did that are the same ones that did that Red Dead Redemption that we're talking about, and I figured you probably...
Absolutely. Oh, yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I was going to tell you, yeah, I used to play Red Dead. I mean, I played the game twice all the way through.
Yep.
But when I would play it, and it took forever, because sometimes I'd just play it, I'd just go fishing.
Yeah.
And I liked going fishing because it wasn't hot. I didn't have any bugs. Didn't have to worry about snakes. I'm sitting here in the air conditioning, and I'm fishing.
Exactly. That's one of the things. That's exactly the reason that I kind of wanted to pick it up on PC, just to get more out of it, that I could with my card and stuff, but also just to not use it as a game to play, but use it as I'm going to ride my horse out to nowhere.
Meditation. Relaxation.
Exactly. I don't want to worry about killing anybody or getting. I just want to ride out there, maybe go fishing, maybe do a little hunting, whatever. But just that's it. Not just kind of relax.
But I remember about playing Bully. It was one of those titles that had interest, but I didn't think I'd get into it as much as I did. But yeah, it's like you said, it's like 4 to 6 hours. You lose track of time. If the story's interesting and it catches you enough, you lose all track of time and you start playing the game. So it was like going through school, having to get up every morning, dealing with the people, dealing with the school work, interacting with the students and everything like that, and just going through a normal day was just as interesting as the action when the story starts ratcheting up in there.
I still haven't. I've never played that game. I have it, but I've never played it.
It's got some of the same things that they use in Grand Theft Auto. As far as like the police, only they're not police. You're not doing anything. There's no drugs or violence or anything like that, other than just like punching and stuff.
Right, schoolyard violence.
General mischief is what you're doing. Things like that.
Exactly. And then, but you still have to hide in the garbage can. And I mean, it's kind of like a puzzle when you're doing a mission and you don't get it right this time. Okay, next time if I throw a stink bomb over there and I hide in the garbage can until the principal's assistant goes by, and then I can jump out. Then I can go pick the lock on the locker. Anyway, it's just a lot of fun, and I'm enjoying it. So I hadn't even got back to my baseball. I had 83 home runs, my rookie year, and then I got 95 home runs. Well, actually, I skipped a couple of years because they wouldn't trade me. Finally, they traded me, so now I'm with the Pirates. And then I got 95 home runs. Didn't make 100 home runs. And then on my salary, I got it up to the max. It wouldn't let me go higher than $31 million, and arbitration approved it. So there you go. And it's for a 1-year contract, which is great.
That's a really good deal.
Hey.
I love role playing, and I get into it. Can you tell? But anyway, now I haven't been back to that since Friday of Black Friday after Thanksgiving, because I picked up Bully, and I've just been bullying ever since, and picking on bullies and trying to keep them from picking on the nerds. That's what they're called. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it's a lot of fun. I got a high score with the nerds. They like me. But the bullies, every time they see me, they jump on me and they interrupt my missions. But anyway, all right, I'll let you go. Y'all tell me about what's in the gaming news.
Yeah, we're about to go over some of that here. Right. Thanks for calling, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Take care now.
Always good to hear from you.
Yeah, give Bully a shot when you have.
I've got it on PC, I know, and it's probably on like Game Pass or something. And I probably have it on PlayStation with Plus or something. I don't know.
You probably got it free. You probably got it. But yeah, just give it a shot when you have a chance.
So I may do that. Some of the news here that we have, just to run down this news. Let's see. Oh, we were talking about Dark Tide. Apparently, there's some scented candles that you can buy that are Dark Tide themed. It smells like a pox-infested megacity.
I'm about to say these aren't pleasant smelling.
I guess not. I don't know.
I'm not even familiar with the series, but I would imagine there's nothing pleasant about the scents of these candles.
I just thought it was interesting.
Like Back Alley or...
If you are an Amazon Prime member, you've got 8 free games for the month of December to play. Also, Epic Game Store is going to do their giveaway in December, just like they've been doing for the past couple of Decembers. It's 2 weeks of straight free games every single day. It's not a contest. You just log in, download the game, and then the next day they're going to give another free game away. Mm-hmm. But once that day's up, if you missed it, it's not free anymore. It's not like you have all these to pick from. You have to log in daily to get those games. And they're not bad. They're not bad. You can, especially on a library like Epic, where for the most part, I'm sure people are, don't have that big of a library on it, given how long it's been around. Mm-hmm. Which at this point, I think now is 3-4 years for the Epic Game Store, maybe 5. I don't know. Been around a while. Yeah. Anyway, they're going to be doing that again. PlayStation Plus, they're getting free games for December. Biomutant is one of those that I think came out earlier this year, maybe.
December of 2018.
Epic Game Store is December 2018? Okay. Yeah. That's more than I thought then. More years than I thought. Let's see. Games with gold were released. They talk about those. Starship Troopers getting a new shooter. Coming up, let's see. Criterion has hopes for a Burnout return, but there are no immediate plans. That was the headline from an interview with Eurogamer.net. Splinter Cell, there's a BBC Radio 4 drama, an 8-part drama that is in the Splinter Cell world. Ubisoft, this is not what I mean by bringing Splinter Cell back, so the countdown continues. We have not reset the clock just yet, but I think we're getting close. PC port for Gran Turismo 7. What else do we have? There's still, so I'm gonna have that hold over the Microsoft purchase of Activision Blizzard. There is speculation. There's very high speculation that they're going to challenge this purchase. I don't know what it has to do to work or whatever. I don't know anything about that, but it seems likely that the feds are going to fight Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard. I would love to get into that, but I can't in just 8 minutes. Bayonetta 4. We're getting a Bayonetta 4. Not that I ever thought we would. I never thought we were going to get a Bayonetta 2. And when we did, after how long it took them, I know, exactly.
Yeah.
After we finally got that, I just figured Bayonetta 2 was something that had been in production and that they had stopped because it's like, we can't finish this. We don't have the money. Mm-hmm. And Nintendo came in and said, we'll give you the money to finish it, but it has to be on our console. Thinking, okay, we got Bayonetta 2 because Nintendo stepped in, paid for it, there it is.
Yeah.
Thinking 1 and 2 is all we're ever going to get. Mm-hmm. Then 3, and now we have a 4th. Mm-hmm. The 4th is way down the timeline, but apparently we are getting a 4th.
Yep.
So, yeah. Then the other news is that we have the Game Awards coming up this week. I believe it is on the 9th. No, the 8th. Thursday, December the 8th at 6:30 p.m. our time. So if you have a Steam account, if you bought a game on Steam, even if you activated a product, maybe you just were given a code or you paid $1 for a code from one of the other sites.
Years ago.
Yeah, if you activate, well, it had to have been between November 14th of last year and November 14th of this year.
No, I'm out.
Yeah. So if you purchased anything between that time, you are eligible for this, and of course live in a region where the Steam Deck's available. You're eligible for this. Go to their website, go to Steam, go to their news page. You will find it. Search for Steam Deck giveaway. You'll be able to find it. Go there and register. Once you've registered, then you have to watch the show through Steam's
viewing app
storefront.
Yeah.
Yeah. In order for you to possibly win. So that's how it is. If you don't want to do that, that's fine. More chances for me. Perfectly fine with that. Or if you win it and you want to give it to me, that's fine too. if you have no use for it. Maybe you already have a Steam Deck. I don't know. But
that's who's winning.
Yeah, exactly.
The ones who have the lowest demand for it are the ones who's winning it.
Yeah, I know.
So expect to be on eBay, eBay afterwards or something like that.
What do you think's going to win Game of the Year? We'll just do that. And Josh, if you're still there, I'd love your input on this too. Game of the Year
That's a good question.
Yeah, we'll just go through it here. Game of the Year let me get up to it. Game of the Year nominees are Plague Tale Requiem, which you didn't play, I don't think.
Nope.
RJ, you didn't play that.
Heard of it.
Yeah, you didn't. Did you ever play that, Josh?
No, but I didn't play the first one either.
Okay. Stray. I have not played it.
Know of it.
Heard of it.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3.
Again, heard
of it, but haven't played it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon Forbidden West. Heard of it, hadn't played it.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
God of War Ragnarok.
Playing it.
Yeah, and then Elden Ring.
Played it.
So, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Really, the only two this is between is God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring.
I was going to say the hottest, newest of all those titles.
You really think it'll be God of War?
Hottest, newest of all these titles.
That would be the hottest, newest.
Recency bias will be
the recency. The most recent one is one thing because all those titles you mentioned before.
Yeah.
When has it been in anyone's thought?
I know. I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand.
The two most recent would be God of War and what of that list? Because Elden Ring was what, March?
Yeah, the most recent here would be God of War and Plague Tale.
Yeah, Plague Tale.
Those would be, I think, I don't know when Xenoblade Chronicles 3 came out, but I think it would be those. Yeah. After that, it would be Stray. In fact, the oldest on here would be Forbidden West.
Yeah, I think the fight, the biggest argument I've seen on social media sites has been between God of War Ragnarok and Elden Ring.
Yeah. Those are your options.
Mm-hmm.
So, so you think it's going to go? All right, fine. You guys are going to go with the recency. I will just say, just to be contrarian, I'll say Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
Just to throw that out there, since everybody's picking God of War.
I would like it to be Elden Ring, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be Ragnarok.
Okay.
Because it's the most recent and fresh on everyone's minds.
It's got the most momentum going into the thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I probably, maybe, I don't know. I didn't play it. I've been playing Ragnarok, but I didn't play Elden Ring.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know how that. Yeah, I don't know how that matches up with, whatever it is that they're jujudging this on. I have no idea.
I think the biggest argument I've seen was basically between God of War is the epic storytelling, and the way they've done and how well they did it. Elden Ring's biggest argument for Elden Ring is that it is the Souls game, but it's the one that included the most people. It got the most people involved in that genre in playing, and the numbers that it drew, the numbers that it pulled in. I think they want that to be. It speaks for itself. The numbers the sheer numbers that Elden Ring pulled in compared to any of the other titles that were in that list nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah, and I would love for that to be the case, but Ragnarok's an exclusive. It's only on one console.
Yeah,
so it can only have so many purchases. Compared to what Elden Ring had, being a multi-platform game.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we got to go. That's going to wrap it up. Hey, Josh, thanks for joining us, okay?
Anytime. Take care, everyone.
You take care as well. We'll talk to you later.
See you now.
Also, thank you to Biloxi Gambler. Thank you to Chris for calling in as... Whoa, I moved the board. Sorry. I was just pushing myself back, and yikes. Anyway, I want to thank everybody who joined us in the chat room, everybody listening on the radio as well. Thank you guys so much. Don't forget to join us on iTunes, or, download the show on iTunes for the audio. Go to our YouTube channel and subscribe there. Find us on Discord. Just go to our website and join us there. Have a fantastic week. Enjoy it. Watch the Game Awards, because that's probably what we'll be talking about. I'll probably do my rant. That is all coming up next week. Here is music from a game called The Chant. We'll see you next Saturday.